were fighting out 5th place. The Cats held that spot, but Footscray were behind them in 7th place only on percentage. Geelong had beaten Hawthorn last week after losing their previous 4 games, and Footscray had blown their chance of moving into the 5 by losing to the Swans in Sydney. In the first round, Geelong had won this game by 31 points at VFL Park. 25,000 people were at the Western Oval. With me are Peter Booth and Jeff Leake as we pick it up 7 minutes into the second quarter.
At centre half-back, who's bleeding? Out wide towards the wing, it's Hawkins. Oh, gets a help on from Malcolm Reid. No 15 metres for that. But it has slowed play down. Now the 15-metre penalty comes. Umpire Robinson, you were about 20 seconds too late with that. Up towards Beasley. Outmanoeuvred. Taken away by McKenna. Nobody home for Footscray. Bruce Nankervis, the saving mark in defence. Out to Card. No, he might go beyond Card. Out towards the half-back line. Kuperuzel's forced to punch the ball away, using his body well. Johnson comes in from the side. In fact, it was Malcolm Reid who showed a lot of vigour. On to Neil. Out the Card. Back to Neil. Neil now on the wing. No one leading. Although Peake leads now. Oh, he's gone the wrong way for Peake, but it's come off, and the mark has been taken by Yates at centre half forward. Yates about 55 metres out from goal. Barclay Street end. Flanagan might shepherd through. He has. It's a goal. Kicked by Mark Yates. Geelong's third. They're 3-2 and Footscray 4-4.
The margin back to what it was at quarter time. 10 minutes into the second quarter. Footscray by 8 points. Featherby out of the centre. Reynoldsson. It's a real fight for the ball. It'll be a ball up. You often see Stephen Wallace coming up last from a pack. Doesn't mind getting in there and risking injury. Centre half forward for Geelong. Knocked out by Sewell. Chance for Wallace. Oh, bad bounce. Picked up by Malcolm Reid. Left footer towards full forward. Peake. Comes off to Flanagan. He'll kick the goal. 2 points the difference.
2 goals in 2 minutes to Geelong brings them within 2 points of Footscray. 26-28. Mossop dominates the centre. He's too good for Purser. Mossop for Geelong having a wonderful season in their battle to get one of those 5 positions. Number 10, have a look at him at work. Once again he wins out. Footscray rove to him. That was Lenigan on the fingertips. Footscray to attack. Nankervis in the way, and the 2 Nankervis boys are doing extremely well on the back line. Free kick, or free 15 metres that is, brings him towards the centre.
Against Royal to Ian Nankervis, holding up in the breeze. Mossop underneath it. Oh, Reynoldsson. Great mark. Between centre and centre half forward. Out towards Peake. Peake by himself. That's his target, and he's got it. What a great lead by Brian Peake.
He has to make the most use of his lack of inches, Peter.
40 metres out, almost directly in front, and he has missed. The laugh from the cross breeze, and it's a point to difference. Footscray 4-4, Geelong 4-3.
Jim Sewell, see if he can match Malaki's kick in. Oh, that's an absolute shocker. That is missed his player by 20 metres and out without being touched. Free kick to Tim Darcy. Darcy, a pop over the top, lead by Peake. He's got it. The breeze almost at his back from there. And if I were Peake, I'd go for goal. Runs around to improve the angle. Good kick, but it's across the face. And out of bounds on the full. So Brian Peake has had a lot of opportunities.
Hanson uses the free, the handball. Hook, Sewell caught. Mossop a chance now for goal. Lines up, boots, lanes it through. They capitalise on a mistake there from Footscray. That was John Mossop's goal. He's played a top game, and Geelong snatched the lead at the 12-minute mark in this second quarter. Start of the third quarter at the Western Oval. Very even game, 41 points each. As Mossop has dominated the ruck, gets it to Neal, who puts it to the half-forward line to Yates. Yates spills it. Brian Cordy overran it. Footscray's defence has been good. A chance now for Wallace, up towards the wing position. Front position's Johnson, who charges after the ball right to the boundary line and has become a very effective backman when he was once a very effective forward.
30 seconds gone. Third term scores are level. Mossop over the back, but taken away by Lenihan, who's been a very good player. In fact, his 10th kick. Egan. Kick number 7 coming up for Egan. Out wide to Burton. He gets a fair bounce. Reid after him. Hurried kick. Up towards McLean, number 51. Punched away from him. It goes down towards Kellett. He's played fairly well. Kellett's kick towards Duperusel on half forward. Off and running, gets a call from, well, Beasley. That's his first touch. Through the pack he goes. Nicely back to Duperusel. Duperusel lines up, fires in towards goal, and he's put it through. Great play by Beasley. And 2 possessions in that figure of play by Bruce Duperusel.
So Footscray lead by Duperusel's kick. Tapped out by Hawkins to Wallace. His kick to half forward. And Curvis fumbling. Number 53 is Andrew Taylor, a young boy playing in his first game for Footscray at the age of 17. Footscray had 16 points on the board before Geelong had scored in the first quarter. Then Footscray led by 8 points at quarter time. It was level at half time. Ian Nankervis, grabbed by McLean. Taylor punches out. Good tackle, Duperusel, but in the back rules the umpire. That decision given, I've got no doubt, because it's on the back line.
One of the greats of the Geelong team over the last decade. So Bruce Nankervis down to Reid. Neil Cordy punching the ball away. This is Purser, beaten by Mossop on the ruck work, but doing well around the field. Good reading of play by Malcolm Reid. Marks the back line, bounces up like a rubber ball, puts the ball straight down to the centre. Should be taken there by Kellett. Free kick going for a push in the back. Will go Geelong's way to be taken by Yates. Johnson. Down towards the forward line. It's Fenneman. Taps it on. Chance now. Umpire whistle gone. Interference against Featherby. And free kick to back pocket player Egan.
Egan. Up towards the wing, Hawkins, second grab, good mark. And McKenna, Egan going past for the handball, threads his way through, good interception by Geelong, comes out towards Featherby, pushing the back against Hawkins, no play on the call. Across it goes, taken by Darcy. Darcy outnumbered 2-1, Wallace in trouble, gets out of Yates' tackle. Darcy across the, Wallace it has crossed the half-back line to Purser. Held it a bit too long, I thought. There's Egan still battling. Gets a call. Marshalley out towards Wallace. Wallace in turn. Out to Kellett. Kellett, grabbed by Reynoldsson. Gets out of the tackle. High kick. Up towards Duperusel. Footscray's only chance, and he doesn't let them down. Beasley too far underneath the ball. Burton calling for it at centre half forward. But Duper's going to go deep. Now Royal for the crumbs if required. Not much marking power up there. He's got it. Oh, Royal sandwiched between 2 Geelong players, and he's got it. Well, I was about to say there's no marking power up there for the Bulldogs. For the crumbs, if they come off the pack to Royal, he did it all himself. Fires and kicks a goal, and Footscray led by 2 goals. Footscray 8-5, Geelong 6-5.
Bruce Duperusel figuring in both goals for Footscray at the start of the third quarter. They lead by 12 points as Mossop wins in the middle. McKenna, Kellett, he's had a lot of possessions, Mark Kellett. Up towards centre half forward. Too long for Kennedy. At the back of him, Johnston. He's beaten Kennedy pointless. The lead by Ian Nankervis. Long kick for Mossop. Unmarked on the wing. Brian Cordy too late to spoil. And John Mossop having an absolute picnic. Mark Yates at half forward. Down towards the pocket. Peak. Spoiled by Sewell. Davidson inboard to Hanson. Bit slow across the face of goal. Good lead by Wallace.
hands wrapped around that ball. It was a desperate attempt by Wallace. And then down to, good mark, Tui. He almost knocked one of his teammates out, and Neil, as he crunched in from the back of the pack, but that was a strong mark for Tui. Footscray with a breakaway in this third term, lead by 2 goals. Down to Peake, and also Flanagan. Flanagan cuffed behind the ear, takes the free kick, right in front, and the big fellow is normally an accurate kick. Geelong could do with it because Footscray bounced away to a 2-goal lead in the first 5 minutes in this third term after the scores were level at half-time. Good enough. Flanagan's kick was straight. That's his second goal.
Third term, almost 8 minutes gone. Footscray 53, Geelong 47. Abuse, he's in play straight away as Lenihan goes off. Lenihan has done fairly well. He had 9 kicks before half-time.
Christensen off, Lenihan in the forward pocket.
Bounce again. Purser being grabbed. Will take the free kick between centre and centre-half back. Kennedy leads. He's going out towards McLean. Bruce Nankervis, Kennedy there, traps it nicely with his boot, gets on towards Wallace, dodges, weaves, in trouble, almost dropped the ball, got a fist to it, taken away by McLean, up towards half forward. Taylor, out of the pack, Duperusel, 35 metres out, across the face, in fact, it just snuck through for a behind.
A goal!
It's a goal! Well, did you see how far that goal umpire went? He went right across to the behind post. Final term, just 2 minutes gone. Geelong with the job now. Footscray 74, Geelong 54. Mossop, Johnston, Mossop, rebounds out towards Tui. His clearing kick doesn't travel all that far, and Burton underneath it. Now Beasley leads in the centre half forward. He mightn't have the distance with the kick, or he won't be far off. Beasley, and he gave away a free kick as Mossop took the mark and the free kick to Malarkey at centre half back against Simon Beasley.
Malarkey towards the outer wing. Featherby at the back, goes up, taps to the back. Brian Cordy slips, in goes Yates. Good football, off the ground Nankervis. Inboard to Buse, who's got a lot of pace. Geelong really needs some speed around the packs. Oh, he's run a long way, kicks for goal and puts it through.
Quick Geelong goal by Buse brings them within 14 points now. They were 20 down at the start of the quarter, but Footscray quickly back into attack. Duperusel's been the star and headed up their charge in the third term with Royal. He's been a good player as Nankervis with a shocking disposal. Hawkins gets it down to Beasley. Malarkey just a metre behind him, but he's more agile than Beasley. Outpoints him, keeps control of the ball. Hawkins tries to take it away. Dewey uses his frame well. Neil Cordy's been clever today. Gets a handball. Right on the boundary line, back, 3 Footscray players. But Tui has his own ideas about holding up play and will force a ball up a few metres out from Footscray's goal, and the home side lead by 14 points.
Almost 5 minutes gone in this final term. Mossop has done pretty well today. Taken away by Lenihan. Up to Yates, number 21. He's second in line, though. The ball goes out of the pack. Fuse tries to get the handball away. In fact, it's Christensen who's going to be penalised, and the free kick going to Wallace. Wallace up to McLean. Off hands, taken by Burton. In towards Beasley this time, off fingers again. There's Taylor, gets it away towards Duperusel. He might need a bit of support here. I think the ball was over, and that's experience because he had nowhere to go with the hand pass, neither left or right. Made sure that the ball was over. Right forward pocket, Footscray into attack.
Bulldogs lead by 14 points. Mossop taps. And Curvis tries to barge through the pack. He's holding the ball. He didn't try to dispose of it whatsoever. Just tried to go through them. And the free kick is going to Michael McKenna. And with the breeze at his back and pretty close in, the man on the mark's only about 15 metres from goal. McKenna should put Footscray back to a 20-point lead. He's done that. 8-minute mark of the last quarter.
McKenna's goal has pushed Footscray to a 20-point lead once more in this final term. Early moments, the 5-minute mark. They're certainly more desperate on the ground. They want the ball more. This is Neil Cordy. He's been a trier for them. Purser tries to batter his way through an army of Geelong players. Here's Featherby showing a bit of form. Quickly across to Buse, who showed dash in a long goal earlier. That was Cole, rather. And a strong mark to Lenihan. Lenihan was a good player in the early part of the match, but certainly faded. But a chance now to kick the answering goal. They're 20 points down for his 14th kick. Won't make the distance in the goal square. Flanagan knocked away. Malcolm Reid. A good smother. Good smother by Wallace. Yates goes through. Flanagan, the giant, gets it out to Reid. Reid, another chance. With the wrong foot this time. A wild kick mark there by Reynoldsson. Now, the wind is blowing directly over his shoulder. Perfect position for him if he can just kick it straight. The angle's fairly acute. He's missed it. And that's a behind to Reynoldsson.
Sewell. Footscray by 19 points at the 8-minute mark in this final term. Cordy. Grabbed by Reid. I thought that was a good tackle. An excellent tackle by Alan Reid. Between wing and half forward. Now Darcy calling for it at centre half forward. Not much movement up there. So he's got to delay his kick to see a pattern form. And there's absolutely nothing happening at centre half forward. They're standing around just waiting. Flanagan outnumbered. Hanson taken away by Burton. Across the half back line. And it's Cole. And Neil Cordy, and it's out of bounds. Bad forward play by Geelong. They've nothing to kick to at all. Footscray 80, Geelong 61.
Purser wins the tap. Brian Royal pulled off his kick, goes to Buse, sprints off the mark again. Chance for Flanagan, he's got it right in front. He knocked his teammate Reynoldsson out of the way to take the mark. But I'm sure as long as it's in the hands of a Geelong player, Tom Hafey won't mind. The Cats trail by 19 points, 9 minutes into the last quarter. And Darren Flanagan right in front, 20 metres from goal. Oh, he may have missed. He just nicks it home, and he kicks his 3rd goal for the game.
Geelong's Flanagan, with his 3rd goal, has brought them within 13 points of Footscray. Flanagan's top goal kicker now for the Cats with the 3. Into attack go the Cats once more. The roving powers lifted with some good play from Buse. Alan Reid's been a strong play for them as well. A badly placed kick, though. Gives Footscray the chance through Davids. Quickly handballs on to Egan. Egan brings it on the inner side towards McLean. Strong and intelligent play by Bruce Nankervis.
Footscray members win. Nankervis gets a 15-metre penalty, bit of a fly now. The big kick. Off the pack. Christensen got a boot to it, but it went the wrong way. Purser onto Burton. Onto McKenna, in trouble. Thought about the hand pass to Royal, who gets one right across the face, and he's going to take the free kick at centre half back. Now Royal, the lead from McLean, too far for him. Up towards Kennedy, the punch by Johnson, picked up by Wallace. Now towards Beasley, Duke Marusa might get the crumbs off the back of the pack. Through the pack goes Cordy, open goal, runs in and slams it home.
The lead on the flank. Tempting mark there and a good one to Christensen. Now he's taking his time. Big fella Flanagan's back in the goal square. His kick 3. Yates comes out backward. It's Reynoldsson. He didn't need it. It's Purser.
Out wide. Footscray at centre half back through Davidson into the centre. Mossop. He's been a tower of strength for Geelong today. Feeding off him was Johnston. A long kick by Johnston. Yates off the pack. Purser the punch away. It goes down towards Flanagan. Egan there. Flanagan Putting in the punch across the half-back line. Sewell, Egan still following the ball, and he does it beautifully. Gets a hand pass forward, and away they go. On to Sewell. Johnston, Featherby, through the centre. Footscray player down, just as you saw then on the screen. Handball out, taken by Lenihan. As easy as you like, and Geelong have a chance to score only about 20 metres out from goal. Rendlesham with Burton down. Footscray by 21 points, 15 minutes through the quarter. Rendlesham has kicked the goal, and that is his first. Geelong 11-7, Footscray 13-10.
Purser against Mossop. Mossop wins, down to Featherby. Cats out of the centre again. Wide open forward line for Geelong. Oh, overrun by Sewell. Kicked away by Egan. 30 metres the wrong way, but for the safety of the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in about 8 metres around from the behind post. Burton coming off.
Just ticked past the 15-minute mark, and Geelong only 15 points behind. It's in their forward line. That was Purser. Duperuzal takes a knock on. Been a grand play for them. Down the outer wing, looking for the speed and the ability of Neil Cordy. Slips his boot into it and pushes it out across the line. Back on Footscray's half-forward line.
Sympathy for the boundary umpire then. He's run about 150 metres.
And the boys in the outer with their cans up to their mouths are getting into him too. Footscray 88, Geelong 73 at the 17-minute mark in this last term. Ford number 6 and Mossop number 10. Mossop's experience just got him the best of that. We went down to Neil Cordy, who's been a great player for the Bulldogs all day. Ford and Mossop again. Oh, Ford got a bit of a push in the back. Featherby over the back. Ford's got it. Tries to, yes, he gets it underground to Williams. In fact, it's a throw or he was caught with the ball. But I think he just one-handed it through. But the ball's going to go back to be taken by, could be Featherby or Johnston. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be Peter Featherby between half-back and wing with the 15 metres.
He's kicked towards centre half forward. Yates is there out number 2 to 1. I think he's dragged, no. Play on, says the umpire. Now he's going to have to ball it up. Centre half forward for Geelong. They trailed by 15 points. Yates in ruck. Purser wins. Featherby fumbles. Oh, takes a high tackle from McKenna. Play on. McKenna gets the hand pass out to Kellett. On it goes to Williams, who fumbles. Through the legs of Nankervis to Ford. Back to Williams. And now it's Bill Footscray's way. Wallace in front. 35 metres out. Goals!
So Footscray reversed the result of the first round to win by 11 points. They'd swapped the lead in the second quarter, scores level at half-time, Footscray by 20 points at three-quarter time, eventual winners by 11 points. For Footscray, Neil Cordy from the wing kicked 3 goals, Kennedy and Duperuzal also 3, and for Geelong, Yates and Flanagan each kicked 3 goals. Well, the Cats lost despite the performance of John Mossop, who led a ruck which won the hit-outs 48-33. 14 kicks and 8 marks added to a very satisfactory day, apart from the result. Afterwards, Peter Booth spoke to Mossop about his game.
Well, I was reasonably pleased. I thought I rucked reasonably well, although we didn't well the centre as much as I hoped.
I think, of course, Peter Johnston starring at centre-half back, but still, you still have a couple of openings there on the forward line.
Yes, well, I think Mark Yates has played reasonably well when he's been at centre-half forward. Although he hasn't been getting a lot of marks, he's been contesting well, which is what we've been looking for in the forward line. And Peter Johnston, of course, it's tremendous to see him do so well, because he's received a lot of flack over the years for his kicking in the forward line, and now he seems to have found his spot in the back line. I hope he goes on with it and does well.
Well, John, Geelong, the front runners in 83, on top of the ladder for a few weeks, now outside the 5. What from here?
Well, I think, as you can see, there's no real side that's actually dominated the league so far this year, and every side's had their ups and downs. Consider Footscray, for instance. They started off well, and then they had 2 massive losses, and now they're back where they were again. And I think because of the closeness of it this year that we're still in for a chance. We've got Collingwood next week, and if we can get a bit more purpose going in our play, we're still a show.
Geelong ruckman John Mossop. Well, the traditional Queen's Birthday game.
A chance outnumbered, but gets a scrubby old kick taken by Kennedy. Hand pass away to Neil Cordy. Open goal. He let the breeze bring it in. He's done it beautifully. Great goal.
Knocks it down to a smaller player. Grabbed by Featherby. A wild kick and a blind kick. Lenigan's been the hero on the forward line with their only shot. This will be a great goal if he gets it. Nope. Marked by Peak at goal.
Here's Yates. The handball up the ground. Christensen for Geelong. Breaks clear. Good block. Gets around an opponent. On to Tim Darcy. Long kick for goal. Is a beautiful kick by Darcy. And Geelong lead by that kick. Purser again. Out wide Kennedy. Footscray going forward. Great football. Long kick by Ricky Kennedy. Taylor. Oh, got hands to it. Almost a great mark. Royal. Still Brian Royal. Loses it in the tackle. A snap by McLean. And he's kicked a goal in his first game. Centres the ball. Featherby 20 metres in the clear. Straightens around Purser. Good kick to centre half forward. Peak a long way from goal. Fumbles again. Lets Sewell in. Peak's had a shocker. Jim Sewell bounces away from Brian Peak. Up towards half forward. Good pass. Wallace.
On to Royal. And they've cut them apart this quarter, Royal and Duperousel. Down towards Duper again for the crumbs, but Beasley takes the mark. Duperousel there, that's his first mark.
And kicked away defensively for Melbourne.